What's up, you guys? Christy here from Creative Rise, and I'm here for a quick solo episode of a thought that I had today that I was like, dang, this thought actually has fully changed my life. It's fully changed my business, and it's fully changed the businesses of so many creatives that we have been able to coach and help over the last 6 years. And it is this, and maybe you've heard it before, but I think it is an important thought and principle to come back to every so often. And it is this: nothing changes if nothing changes. Now, I felt this very early on in my business. I was working 3 jobs at the time. This was right after college. This was maybe like 10 years ago. And I was like, okay, I'm working 3 jobs. I am making almost no money. I can barely make my student loan payment. So something has to change. I started a wedding photography business, kind of on a whim, to be honest. I just liked the idea of it. It sounded fun. I had a couple friends that I was looking from afar that were doing it. And I thought, you know what? That sounds awesome. Let's give it a go. And I remember it was like maybe a month or 2 of me posting randomly on socials, hoping maybe some friends would refer me. I got a couple little local gigs going on. And I remember thinking, you know what? This isn't really cutting it. This amount of effort, this amount of input is not yielding the results that I really want. And I remember sitting there going, okay, again, nothing changes if nothing changes. So let me actually give myself full permission to completely change my inputs for my business to create a different output. So I gave myself 6 months and I said, you know what, Christy, if you cannot make this thing a full-blown business that's fully lets me quit all of my other jobs, then in 6 months, I'm going to go to law school. That was literally my thing. I know it's so crazy, but that was what my deal with myself was. I said, hey, in 6 months, if this thing is not completely full-time and I'm not shooting stuff that I'm so excited about, I'm going to go to law school. And after the 6 months, fully full-time, shooting awesome, incredible destination weddings. It was so fun and it happened so fast. But the reason it happened so fast is that I leveled up my inputs to match the outputs I wanted. I decided that I had to actually put in certain efforts in order for it to yield certain results. And that has continued to be true throughout my entire creative career. Anytime I've been stuck in a rut, anytime I've been like, oh shoot, I want to be here, but right now I'm here and there's a gap. The gap is not, how to overcome the gap is not luck. How to overcome the gap is oftentimes not more time and actually not more effort. It's different strategy. It's different inputs that yield different outputs. So if you are a creative and you are convinced that grinding harder, working more, putting more effort in is going to eventually yield the results you really want, I want to offer you a different perspective in that your inputs may not be matching the outputs you want. Because this is the truth of business, is that every single input you put in has an output. It's literally like science. Every time you put in a certain effort, it's going to yield a different result. So if you are someone who's like, hey, I want more leads, but you're just randomly posting here and there some portfolio content and you're wondering, why am I not getting incredibly awesome, ideal clients that are willing to pay me for what I want to do in certain areas and places, and I'm not stoked on my lead generation? You got to change your inputs. So instead of maybe just randomly posting, maybe you set up an incredible social funnel that's super dialed with a $3 a day paid ad strategy behind it. Or let's say, hey, you know what? You're sick of clients always booking your lowest package and you want to be making more money. You got to start price anchoring your packages. You got to offer multiple options and you have to strategically price them and strategically create the deliverables to point to an upper package. Or let's say you're getting a lot of no's from all of your pitches. Maybe instead of pitching yourself, you move to actually pitching ideas. Let's say you're sick and tired of having these low ticket jobs, these low value clients, these low ticket campaigns. Instead of solving a minor problem that a company is only willing to pay X for, start solving larger problems with bigger solutions. Or if you're tired of like, I'm tired of getting these low ticket jobs, maybe don't offer just photo, maybe offer photo and video and UGC packages that are actually tailored to help a company grow and get results rather than just filling a random bucket in their social calendar. There are so many different inputs that you can do in your business to cause outputs and has nothing to do with luck. It oftentimes doesn't actually have to do a lot with the effort. It has to do with the strategy. So you can expect to get the same results with the same inputs. And if you are looking at your year, and I told people today, this will now be yesterday, but I told people, hey, take 5 or 10 minutes, go back to February of 2025 and look at the jobs you were doing, how much money you were making, whether or not you were stoked on that month or not, and then go and look at February of 2026 from this year. We all probably started January with a ton of really awesome goals. Look at February of 2026 and go, how much different is it? Is it just a little bit different? Is it actually worse? Is it the exact same? Well, you guys, nothing changes if nothing changes. And so if you want 2026 to look different this year, you are going to have to make some changes. And sometimes those changes are uncomfortable. Another thing that I realized today with this, when I actually was thinking about this and we were talking about it with some creatives, but then I had a call with actually a naturopath. I've never seen a naturopath this year, or I've never seen a naturopath before, but this year I was like, okay, I want to dial in some of my health stuff. I want to dial in some things that I'm like, you know what? I just want to optimize, get really healthy in a lot of different ways. And I feel like a naturopath feels like a really great next step. Let's try that. And it was the coolest thing because I feel like over the last couple months, have had a couple just health challenges. I'm totally healthy and good, but have had a couple health challenges that I'd like to figure out where doctors are just kind of like, oh yeah, that's weird. And I'm like, well, can you help me? And they're like, not really. And I remember sitting on the phone this morning with this new naturopath, and I was so blown away because she literally told me, she's like, we are going to leave no stone unturned. She literally looked at all of my labs and she's like, here, they say that it's good. They say that that level's good here, but we actually want it to be optimal, which means it needs to actually be here. And here's how you actually need to change the way that you're taking your iron. You need to actually not just do it all at once during the day, but you actually need to separate it so that you get better absorption. You got to do this and get this test and this and this and this. And I was so blown away and I was so relieved that finally someone was like, you know what? I'm going to look at what you're doing and we're going to do different inputs into your body to create different outputs. And I was so excited that someone wanted to actually take the authority to be able to do that for my body. I was so excited. And I was like, you know what? There are so many parallels between this conversation with this naturopath and what we're doing here at Creative Rise. We are going, hey, creative business owner, photographers, filmmakers, social media managers, content creators, you need someone to look into your business and go, what stone needs to be overturned? What thing needs to change? What inputs need to change in order to get the output that you want? If you're sitting at $50,000 and you're like, I want to be a 6-figure business this year, your inputs need to change. If you're like, hey, right now I'm in weddings, I want to shift to brands, or I'm in brands and I want to shift to weddings, and different inputs have to change. If you're like, hey, I'm only working locally, I want to work with higher ticket people around the world, your inputs are going to have to change. And that is what why Joey and I are so excited about what we do here at Creative Rise, is because we are helping creatives create different inputs in order to get different outputs. And we have something super exciting that we've been talking about, and it is the next round of the 6-week Creative Rise Mastermind. And this is by far our most impactful thing we do. We take 35 creatives, and for 6 straight weeks, we focus on the business side of your business. We actually have 6 pillars that we focus on for 6 weeks in order to build a 6-figure creative business for your business and what you want to do. Whether you're in the brand space, the wedding space, the social media space, or the content creation space, this is designed for you. It's designed to leave no stone unturned. And it is not a course. I will be the first one to tell you, this is not a course. This is not just like, hey, watch the videos and good luck. We believe that's a disservice to the creative community, and we want to offer support that actually lends itself to insane results. We've had 416 creatives go through this that have generated 136 million over the last 6 years, which is insane results. And we want to invite you to be a part of that community. And so if you are at all interested, applications close literally tomorrow. Wednesday at midnight is when All applications are due. We will not be taking any applications after Wednesday at midnight. And so if you want to join us for this next 6-week experience that starts March 15th, it is coming up quick, and we only have 4 spots left, you guys. At the time of recording this, we only have 4 spots left, and we actually have a bunch of calls already tomorrow and the next day. So if you want to be considered for one of the final spots of round 15 of the 6-week Creative Rise Mastermind, you got to get in. So go to creativerise.com. There's buttons everywhere. We have everything listed in there of what is included in the mastermind, how the coaching side of it works, how the community side of it works, and how you get actual access to Joey and I daily during the Creative Rise Mastermind. You will not have any stone unturned in this 6 weeks, I promise you. So if you want to be a part of something like that, if you want a different result in 2026, then I would urge you to see if this might be the best next step for you to create different inputs in your business. We would love to chat with you. Inside of the application, we have a spot where you can book a 15-minute call with Joey and I, where we can talk with you very honestly about whether or not this is the right next step for you. And we are so excited for round 15. So head on over to creativerise.com. The applications are right there. You can apply right now. Make sure you get it in before Wednesday night. But until then, you guys, we will see you in there, but we will also see you next week when we come out with another episode for you guys. So thanks for being here. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.